Thank you, Madam President. Senator Myrie, thank you very much for this engagement. I agree. I think we both are looking for the integrity of toward the integrity of our elections. But you mentioned that here in New York State, we have had secure elections. Well, I would beg to differ, unfortunately. First and foremost, I can tell you that the Heritage Foundation has done an exhaustive list of confirmed cases of election fraud. And there are thousands of them across the nation, and New York State has been the victim of them as well. And in fact, the chosen tool, the number one tool for those that are committing election fraud is actually absentee ballots. And my concern is the fact that we are making this an easier and easier thing for criminals to engage in election fraud, which is a very serious offense. I think we can all agree. The integrity of our elections is the foundation of our democracy and our republic. So let me point out the 2014 86th Assembly District election. Mr. Hector Ramirez, who actually committed election fraud. And what happened? Well, several people in his campaign collected absentee ballots and then fraudulently put signatures on those ballots. Now, the only reason he got caught was because we had a signature to compare it to on the ballot application. He initially won the election in a city as big as New York. He initially won the election by, I think it was 14 votes. And then during a recount, he lost by 3. So Mr. Ramirez was 4 fraudulent absentee ballot votes away from being a member of the New York State Legislature. Now think about that. For those of you that think we don't have any documented cases, that's one. And as I said before, Madam President, although many of our colleagues have left here as criminals, this guy would have come here by becoming a criminal. That's a very serious issue. There are many examples like this, but the bottom line is we have essentially created a situation where we're going to make our elections less and less secure. Now you might say, and I will disagree with you, we might say there are not any documented cases, but there's one very serious example of one of many thousands, in fact. But this is about the people's confidence in our election process. If they lack confidence, because we can sit here and we can debate Republican versus Democrat, liberal versus conservative, but at the end of the day, the people of New York and the people of the United States of America, up until recently, felt that when Election Day came, they had confidence that their vote counted. And now, we are continuing to lower the bar more and more on that level of confidence. That is what concerns me. This is about the integrity of our elections. And making it easier for someone to do ballot harvesting is going to be a major problem. I mean, think about this. With this bill, someone could go online, fill out an application on behalf of somebody else, and have it sent to that person's house. Now, that could be a parent filling it out for an adult child that no longer lives there. The ballot comes to that mailing address. It could be an elderly parent or a family member who filled it out on their behalf. It could be an employer who says, ladies and gentlemen that work for me, that I pay you, I've just filled out applications on your behalf for ballots. I really hope that you participate in the process. And by the way, here's who I think you should vote for. Those are the type of intimidation tactics and that borderline fraud and fraud straight up that will be encouraged by bills like this. The integrity of our election is number one. I know you want to say it's about access, and it is about access, as long as people think that that is fair and that their vote truly counts. And for a guy like Hector Ramirez to be 4 fraudulent ballots away from being a member of this legislature tells me that we need to strengthen these things, not weaken them. That's why I'll be a no on this. Thank you, Madam President.